brothers and sisters, take a nice deep breath in with me and release. Family, I'm here to talk about, and there are no fingers being pointed back at me, but I'm here to express about targeted individuals, okay? People that have been framed. Damn right. So, I have been a targeted individual in my past. And how do I mean? So, before COVID even came out, see, there are signs everywhere. Pay attention to these signs. Always pay attention to these signs, because you will always see signs, and make sure you pay attention to them. So I have seen, like I said, I'm a targeted individual. How do I mean I'm targeted? Well, I get followed, okay? This is how it is. So, for example, shout out to Lil Boozy. I love Boozy. He was a targeted individual. For example, he was in jail when the cops tried to frame him. Okay, they tried to frame him for murder and all types of crazy shit. And this is in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Alright? And when they did this, he almost got in a lot of trouble, but luckily he had people that were watching out for him in his favor. People that really appreciate this man, like myself, okay? I actually put out some good vibrations to Lil Boozy, because I remember when all this happened, and when I was on Facebook, I wrote him a message. Now I think about it, and I said, look, there's no way that they can even try you like this. And of course it came around, and what happened? They couldn't try him. Why? Because he didn't do anything. The man's a good man. Okay? And number two, okay, let's talk about O.J. Simpson. That's right, let's get into O.J. So, a lot of people think that O.J. did it. Well, I'm here to tell you that O.J. did not commit that crime. How do I know? Because I read body language. See, he had an army behind him that looked out for him. O.J. is actually a good man. You could actually, from what I remember, and I was too young to understand all this. Again, I remember the trial when I was a kid. People were saying that you could feel his vibration in the courtroom, that he was a very good man. So they actually tried to frame him. I overlooked the video, and you could see them in the background when he put on that glove. If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit, and that's what they said. And of course they acquitted him because he didn't do anything wrong. But the question is, what really happened with that case? And that's what's freaky, the fact that, now I'm going to express what I'm getting into here in a second, because not only have I been targeted, my fiance has been targeted too. Okay? So I'm going to go pretty deep with this one. I've been through some stuff, and I need to get it off my chest. So it's some scary stuff, man. The fact that cops think they can get away with this stuff, it's fucking sick, man. Let's go into George Floyd. George Floyd was also, he may or may not have been framed. I don't know, but there's a lot that went down with that. It's very scary, and that police officer is a fucking piece of shit. Those people need to fry, man. What happened to George Floyd is a fucking shame, and the fact that people sat there and watched, what the fuck? How are you gonna sit there and watch and not do anything when you see somebody fucking dying, and you take out your phones and get it on camera? I mean that's one thing, but dude, like, what the fuck is wrong with society that you just sit there and watch, you don't do anything? That's how people need to stand up to this shit, man, because that's fucking scary to think that people could watch this shit happen and fucking it's scary. So let me get a little further into this. So my fiance, who I love very, very, very much, I adore her with all my heart. She was targeted as well, and right now she's in jail, and I'm beyond mad about it. You hear me roar. What they did was they tricked her into I've told you about the story in my previous video about the bounty hunter coming into my house. So I'm sure they're worried a little bit, and they have every right to be concerned. But what happened was with this is, and I'm fucking furious, is when the police officers got behind her at night and they pulled her over, and obviously I'm sure she was scared when she saw some cops behind her, being, you know, a small white girl, or a girl, doesn't matter what color she is. Nothing new under the sun. This shit needs to change. So they framed her, and the bounty hunter came to my house and they got her. They took her away from me, so I haven't seen her. I only got one phone call from her. It's been 3 months. This shit's been real, man. I've been going through some shit as a targeted individual. So all my TIs out there who's been through some shit, you know what it is to be a targeted individual. It can work in your favor. Just remember, people are not all bad. Not all people are bad. There's a lot of good out there in this world. And remember that there's a lot of good people, and I want to say shout out to all the good people out there that don't just sit back and watch all the bullshit happen. Make sure if you ever see this type of stuff happen, help people, man. Don't just sit back and watch. Matter of fact, I think about a story, something that happened in California. There was a woman being raped while a bunch of people just watched it happen. Like, how are you gonna just watch a woman get raped? Like, what the fuck? And we're talking a crowd of people. That's fucking scary, man. To think that people are so turning into sheep. That's fucking scary. So, brothers and sisters, with that said, I hope this brings some peace to your mind, to know that people have been framed. Understand that this is some serious shit. The cops need to be aware. I'm not saying cops are bad, but one bad apple will spoil the bunch. And I'm gonna tell you that I have learned some shit, particularly in that county, right next to the county that she's in, about rusty guns. And I know what a fucking rusty gun is. And we're talking about, this is what I was taught. Matter of fact, I was in the police academy. I got kicked out for something that happened to me. I'll be honest with you. We're talking about I learned in the police academy what a rusty gun was, and we're talking about a throwaway. I learned this shit when I was 18 years old, man. What is a throwaway? A throwaway pistol is a pistol that a cop will just hold on in the back of his car that he found off of a fucking dummy on the street, that he'll shoot somebody with, and he'll shoot him with his pistol and put it in his hand and say he pulled it on him. That's how this fucking shit is, man. This shit ain't no joke. So understand, brothers and sisters, we need to help each other on this planet, as opposed to overlooking the situation. Somebody should have helped George Floyd instead of taking out their fucking phones and filming it. So with that said, I hope this brings peace of mind. Let's help each other as opposed to watching what happens. Peace be with you, also with you. Peace. You see us? It's teamwork.